To crack CAT, you need a lot of practice, and you can practice by taking Krako's free mock. Just Google search Krako free CAT mock. Follow the link to get the free mock. We have put in a free mock with the latest pattern and with detailed solutions. Hi friends, welcome to Krako's video series. I'm Saili Kale. I'm one of the co-founders of Krako and an alumna of IIM Ahmedabad. In today's video, we'll discuss how to answer the question why MBA. Most of the students actually get kind of stumped by this question because they can't really justify why they need to do an MBA. The actual reasons might be different. You might be doing it for like career advancement or to improve your salary, or you might be doing just to switch out of technical field. Irrespective of why you are doing it, it's very important to prepare for this question in such a way that it does not disqualify you in the interview process. So first, before we start discussing what you should say and what you should not say, let us first understand who is asking the question. The person asking the question is a professor who is interviewing you. And why is he asking you that question? Most professors, especially in B schools, are confronted with a lot of students who are not exactly sure why they are there, why they want to do an MBA. A lot of them have faced students who are not interested in learning, who don't show up to classes or don't do the work that is given. So essentially, when the professor is asking why do you want to do an MBA, he wants to check whether or not you have the right reasons or right motivations to do an MBA. So the right reasons according to the professor to do an MBA are that you want to learn. That's why the professor would want to choose a student who is motivated to learn, who is motivated to attend classes, who is motivated to do the work assigned, who does not see the B school as a placement agency. So that is the motivation behind asking the question why MBA. They want to weed out students who basically look at the B school as a placement agency, because those kind of students, once they get placed in their summer program, if they get placed in a good company during their summer placements, will ignore the rest of their semester in the first year and completely ignore in the second year if they actually get a PPO. So the professors don't want such students. They want students who are committed to learning, who are interested in the courses, who are interested in what the teacher has to say. So that is what that is the mindset of the professor when he is asking the question. So given this mindset of the professor, you have to prepare your answer accordingly. Your answer should essentially assure the professor that you are here to learn, that you would be a diligent student, that you are interested in all subjects, not just finance or not just marketing, that you would attend every single lecture diligently. So that is what you have to convey through your answer. So let's get let's remove all the things that you should definitely not say. So what you should not say is that you're there to find a better job or move out of the current career path that you are, or get a jump in your career path. The B school is not a career agency, it's not a job agency. It's not, if you want to find other jobs, like if you want to find jobs that require, that are like at a better level or pay better, they'd ask you to go and see a job portal. So that is not what a B school is for. Similarly, don't say that you don't like your current technical work or the work that you are doing, because being good at your current work is a big part of you being selected into the program. If you say that I don't enjoy this or I'm not good at it, it actually cuts against you. Especially do not say anything negative about anything you have done or is in your resume. Do not say anything negative about your current company, about the about technical work, about the work you are currently doing, or even like core companies. So for example, if you are a mech engineer and you're frustrated with the working in a core company, don't actually show your frustration there. Don't say that I do not want to continue to work in the core field, that's why I'm doing an MBA. That's a pretty bad reason to switch. Then the professor would ask you to go and do something else. That's not a good reason for you to do an MBA. Just because you don't want to do X does not mean that you would do Y well. To convince the professor that you really want to do an MBA and that you would do well in it is if you are actually motivated to do an MBA for a positive reason, not because you don't want to do something else. So never say that ABC is bad, that's why I want to switch out of it and that's why I want to do an MBA. Irrespective of what you feel about your company, about the field in which you are in, or your graduation stream, you should not say anything negative about any of these, ever. Also, you should not say that you've had enough of technical work. I know a lot of IT students who say that they are not currently satisfied with the technical work they are doing, and they want to switch out of IT into other domains, which is why they want to do an MBA. Again, domain switch is not the reason why you should do an MBA. Then the professor might tell you that why don't you just work in a startup or try to find jobs in marketing or sales. You can find jobs in marketing and sales without doing an MBA. That's not a reason why you should do an MBA. So don't say that, don't firstly speak anything negative about what you're currently doing or have done, because it cuts against you. Similarly, don't say that you are doing this for a better job or a domain switch. Also, don't throw, I know this because a lot of students, a lot of serious students, what they do is they write down the answer and then they pepper it with meaningless buzzwords. So don't do that either. Don't randomly put buzzwords that you don't understand. It kind of is a major turn off, especially firstly it sounds as if you have rehearsed, and it sounds as if you don't know what you're talking about. So don't put buzzwords unless they are actually something that you understand and are employing strategically. So just don't write down an answer for YMBA and then add words like by looking up in a thesaurus. Just don't do that. So that is something that you should definitely not do. What you should say, as I mentioned, what your answer should try to convince the professor is that you would attend all lectures, you would be a diligent student, and you are interested in learning all the fields. This is very important because what happens often is that many students come in and in their interview say that I'm interested in finance. Now, if the professor sitting in front of you is from the marketing department, he'd be a bit offended, because it happens a lot with marketing professors where they find that a section of their student base is not at all interested in what they have to say. A section of student base in many B schools does not consider marketing to be anything of interest to them, because they have already gotten placed into finance companies in their summer placements and they find that marketing is a drag. Now, if the professor is coming from this context, if you sit in front of him and say that I want to do finance, that's why I want to come to a B school, he would be turned off against you, because that would mean that you would not attend marketing lectures with full attention. So do not say directly that you are interested in only one domain. You should always put the caveat that while I am interested in finance, I also feel that to be a good manager, I should have a view of all domains that are involved in a business. So I want to do an MBA so that I can learn about every single perspective for business. So you should have a sales perspective, you should have a marketing perspective, you should have a finance perspective, you should have a logistics perspective. That is how you succeed in business. You can't be good at just one thing nowadays. You have to have multiple perspectives to be a good manager. That's why I want to do an MBA. So essentially that is what you should say. You should say firstly that you are there to learn. So why do you want to do an MBA? To learn different skill sets. Or you want to say that you want to broaden your skill set. This almost everybody can sell, because you can say that I have currently been working in domain X, but I feel that if I have to advance in my career, even in my current job, for me to do a better job, I feel that I need XYZ perspectives. So for example, if you are in the IT domain, you can say that currently I am in a technical role, but I can see that I can understand and do my job better. Even this job as well as the managerial roles within the technology domain better if I understand many perspectives that are involved in developing a product. If I understand how the product is sold, if I understand how the product is marketed, if I understand the finances involved in making decisions of how to build the product, if I understand all of these aspects, only then will I be able to do my job better. That is why I want to do an MBA, because I want to broaden my skill set. I have some technical domain knowledge, but I want a broader business domain knowledge so that I can be in a better position to make good decisions, and I can build better products. I can be a better decision maker in the future. So that is the first thing that you have to say. You want to broaden your skill set, because that tells the professor that you are there to learn, and that you are there to learn almost every subject. So it does not kind of cut off any particular subject as such. You say that I want to learn how to run. For me to be a better manager, I should know how the finances of the business work. I should know how the marketing works. I should know how the sales of the business work. I should know how logistics work, how operations work. All of these are important for me to be a good manager even in my current domain. So that is why I want to do an MBA. Second thing is that, as I said, having different perspectives will make you have a holistic or an overall big picture view of how business runs. So you can say that I want to have a holistic or a big picture view of how business runs, so that I can be a better decision maker and leader in the future. Then the third thing that you have to understand is that you have to tie in your current experience with it, because that makes it personal. You can't. A lot of students will just say that I want domain experience, I want to broaden my skill set, but it will. You can only sell this answer if you tie in with what you have already done. So the way you tie it in is that you can say that I am good in. I have some technical expertise. I am good in X, but I feel that to be a better manager, I need expertise in Y, Z, etc. as well. So you can say that I have X skills, but to be a manager, but to be a good manager, I need Y and Z skills. This might seem a rehash of the first that you want to broaden your skill set, but this is a better way of putting the first point, because it ties in with what you're already doing. So if you can say that currently I have technical domain knowledge, but I need sales and marketing knowledge as well if I have to make good products in the future, because with just technical domain knowledge I do not have understanding of what the users want. So to understand what users want, I need different perspectives. For example, in marketing you have courses for like understanding user behavior. You have courses for understanding like marketing surveys, how surveys work. So all of these things are important facets for you to make good decisions in the future. So even if you have to be in the technical domain, you need YZ skills, you need marketing skills, you need skills to understand how to survey users, how to understand the user behavior. All of this will come. You need finance skills to understand the economics of building a product. So say that I have technical knowledge, but I feel that if I have to be a good manager in the future, I need XYZ skills. The more specific you can get, if you can tie it with your current work experience, it would make a lot of sense. So for example, if you say that I currently work in Infosys and I'm working as the tech lead in this particular domain, and when I make products in Infosys, while I have a deep technical understanding of what I am doing, what I lack is an understanding from the user's perspective of what he expects of the system. I lack the understanding of how this product that I am making can be a success. For that, I need to understand how this product will be marketed, and depending on that, then I can build it in that particular way. I need to understand when I am getting user inputs about what users want, I should be able to understand how surveys work, whether this was what the survey tells me. If I have to understand that also, I need some basic understanding of how surveys work, how marketing works, how sales work. Once I have all of those inputs, I believe I can do a much better job of building products in the future. If you're in the IT domain. If you're currently working in like the sales domain, you can say that I have deep knowledge of how sales work. But I feel with this knowledge, if I combine skill sets that are associated with operations, if I combine the skill sets that are associated with say decision making, with quantitative aspects like finances, etc., then I would be better at the job I am doing. I'd be better able to manage the salesmen around me. I see a lot of challenges that salesmen face, and I feel that the answer to them is figuring out having a big picture view of how the business works. Only if you have a big picture view of how the business works will you be able to solve individual challenges. So if you can tie it with what you are currently doing, if you can be specific, okay, I'm doing X, These are the challenges I'm facing, and I feel that I need Y and Z skill sets to solve these challenges and be better at my job, be better at managing other people who are doing my job. Then you can sell Y MBA. Last thing that is a good point, but it's kind of not a it's a point you can definitely add, but it's not a very strong point for you to do an MBA. That is that you need to improve your softer skills. Like, for example, for you to improve your communication skills, for you to improve your persuasive skills. So what you can say is that I currently, because of my technical expertise, my communication, I am not able to articulate in such a way that I can carry with me a broader skill force. So I want to learn how to communicate better with a larger audience, so that I can articulate my ideas better, and then lead them into building a product, so that I can be a better manager in the future. Now, the reason why this is not a very good reason is because building communication skills is not one of the things that is one of the core, it's not one of the core aspects of business as such. Though there are courses on communication skills building in MBA, that is not really one of the core aspects of MBA, though that is also one of the big payoffs of MBA. A lot of students who do an MBA see a major bump up in their communication skills. So while it is a big payoff of MBA, it's not one of the core reasons to do an MBA. So they might not agree with that. So that this should not be your primary reason. This should be a secondary reason. So you can say that while I feel that additionally I feel that I should work on my I should work on my communication skills and softer skills, so that I am able to communicate and articulate my ideas better. I am able to persuade other workers to follow my ideas, so that I can be a better manager and leader in the future. So that is saying that you need to build communication skills. But this should be your like point number 2, if you have to give point number 2. This should not be your primary point. Building communication skills is not the main reason for you to do an MBA, because you can build communication skills doing other things as well. You can build communication skills by just doing more public speaking, or you can build it by like going to Toastmasters or whatever. So it should not be the primary reason you give, it can be the secondary reason you give, because an MBA does help you in improving your communication skills, that is undeniable. But this would not be a good enough reason for you to do an MBA. So you have to put it in this, and it should not just be that I want to improve my communication skills. It should be in a sense that I want to improve my communication skills so that I'm able to articulate my ideas better, so that I'm able to convince more people to follow me, so that I'm able to lead more people, so that I'm able to manage more people. So put it in this way that there is a result that you intend out of it, rather than just influencing people or impressing people. You want to get them to work with you to build something. So if you can put it in that way, then it would be a good point to put on why you want to do an MBA. So this is what you should say to answer the question why MBA. So what I want you to do now is go and write down the answer for this. Try to personalize it as much as possible. As I said in point 3 is a better way of putting the first point, that is to broaden your skill set. So don't just put broaden your skill set. Think of what you have done. Think of how you could do your job better, how you could rise in the hierarchy within your own organization. What skills would you need to do that? If you can personalize your answer by thinking of your own from your own perspective, from the perspective of your role in your organization, or from the perspective of what you want to do in the future, then it would make a lot of sense. If you can say that, okay, I want to start up in the future, and if I have to start up, I need XYZ skill sets, and that's why I want to do an MBA. If you want to say that I see myself in a managerial position in this domain, and if I have to do well in this in that role, I feel that I need to have formal training in XYZ fields before I can take that kind of a role. So think of it, see how you can personalize it, make it appropriate for your particular profile. Not all answers will be suitable for your profile. This is an individualistic question, so you have to think of it, what would make sense for me as such. So write down this answer. Please stay away from technical jargon, because what happens is that a lot of students they start mumbling when they are actually giving this answer. They fumble through the answer, and then they end up just spitting out the technical jargon. So write a good answer which is coherent and articulate in your own words. Even if they are even if there is no technical jargon like holistic view or big picture view, that's fine, because you should be able to explain it in your words without sounding rehearsed why you want to do an MBA. This is a personal question, and if the professor feels that this is not coming from you as an individual, it would actually work against you. So make sure that it comes across as if this is about you, that you have worked on it, and this is relevant to who you are. This is not something that can be used by any other person XYZ. This is about you. So make sure that you write it in a way that you would normally speak things, the way you would normally put things. Don't put in words just because it makes it sound fancy. You would not remember how to deliver it in like the nervousness of the actual interview. So put it in your own words, put it in the way you would normally explain or articulate things, and put it which is relevant to who you are, to your profile. So that's what I would suggest. I would suggest first write that down, try speaking it out, try speaking it to somebody, try saying that answer to somebody like sitting face to face. If you are able to convince that person or deliver it convincingly, then you can work on it, then it's a good answer. Otherwise, keep going back to the drawing board, keep reworking this till you have a good enough answer. Why MBA and tell me about yourself are the two questions that you should definitely prepare before going into the interview room. Other things that you definitely need to prepare are your ACADS, but those are dependent on your graduation stream, so that depends entirely on which graduation stream that you did and how you did in it. So always make sure that for important questions like this, that you write it down, you think through it, you think about what am I going to say. You need not rehearse it, you need not by heart it, you should definitely not by heart it, but you should be thoughtful about what I'm going to say. This should not come spontaneously on that day in front of the professors. It would not do you, by not thinking through things beforehand is not going to help you. So even if you think that being rehearsed might be bad, I'm not asking you to rehearse the entire speech, I'm asking you to think about things, think about how you would answer them beforehand. And if you think things, if you are methodical about things, you would write them down and say, okay, this is what I intend to say. So once you have things like that written down, you'd be better prepared. You would be more confident walking into that interview room, and that would make that would be a world of difference between you walking in unprepared and between you knowing exactly what you have to say. So make sure that you write things down, take things seriously. If you have even one interview, make sure that you crack that interview, because it is a extremely big psychological boost for you that if you crack the interview. Even if you intend to take CAT the second time, and you have some calls like say from new IIMs or baby IIMs, and you're not sure whether you want to go through with it, make sure you put in the effort to crack this interview, because if you put in the effort, if you do well, it would be a major psychological boost for you for your preparation in the coming year, for what you will do in the next year also. So irrespective of whether or not you intend to take a particular seat, give the interview as if you are giving everything to it. So take all of these things seriously. The more deliberate you are in your preparation, the higher chance you have of succeeding. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you go back and write things down and prepare for your interview. Thank you.